You having issues? What's the problem?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I mean, I have my tail lights running from that one to this back one to the tail light to the middle ones and then to the left. I have them all in one circuit.
Okay.
And they're all, I mean, I checked all the connections, they're solidified. And I went ahead and made the connection up there and they're not coming on. So I'm not sure where.
So you got a junction box over here. Right there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got another one up here. Did you test here?
No, I need.
I got a test light.
You do have a test light?
So what you want to do, so you got to check at every point, okay?
Yeah.
First, you want to check this junction box. Make sure everything up to this point is like it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So get your test light, hook it up to the ground, and then you can test your running lights, your blinkers, all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Once you get that, once you verify that they're working, you come to this junction box. Actually, I would probably start this one.
Yeah, start from that one, alright.
And if it doesn't work, then you go back to this one. But I mean, everything's new up to here, right?
Yeah.
So it should work up to that point.
I mean, all the connections are right. I just don't think they're hooking up over there correctly, which doesn't make sense.
Well, like I said, try it here. And if it doesn't work here, then you got work to do.
Okay. Where's the test light?
I'll get it. It's in my truck.
Okay.
Hang on. So what's going on? Can't get it to work?
I don't know why it's not working. Connections are fine. I mean, just don't know whether or not. I mean, I don't know if
What is it doing? Nothing?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, the lights just aren't coming on.
Are you hooking it up to the truck?
What, the ground?
No,
Yeah,
the
I hooked
trailer.
it up to the. I hooked the trailer up to the truck.
No, but did you actually hook it up to the hitch?
No.
Well, you might be missing ground. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let's start by hooking up the trailer to the actual hitch, because you might just not have ground.
That might be the issue.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So nothing's.
Because, I mean,
is nothing working?
No, the left signal came on, and then the right one came on for like a split second.
Yeah,
and it stopped.
Yeah, you may not have a good ground.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hook up the trailer.
Because it.
Well, you gotta think. Okay,
Yeah.
look. You need two things to make any light work. What do you need?
The ground.
And
Or
what-
your positive and your negative.
Right. So that's it.
Exactly. That's why.
All right. Well, you only have two. Forget everything else at this point. You have those two that you need. So if it's not working, well, then you're probably missing the ground, especially if you're not hooking up the trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, get over here. Listen. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening.
You gotta start with the basics. You know what I mean? You can't. You get overwhelmed so easily, and you gotta slow down. You gotta start with the basics. You gotta have ground. You gotta have power. If it's not working, well, then you probably don't have ground or power. Well, we know we have power because you said the lights came on for a little bit. Okay, you got power, so you probably don't have a good ground. By the way, most electrical connections, when they don't work, it's because you don't have a good ground. Wait, how did you? Okay, so the ground comes from the truck, and it goes to the junction box.
Uh-huh.
Where does it go from there?
That's not going to the trailer, right?
Did you ever hook up?
No.
Because all these lights are hooked up to the trailer, right? They only have one wire going to it. What wire
Well,
does?
these do, yeah.
What wire is going to it?
So,
Huh?
yeah.
Which wire did you run to it?
What do you mean?
What?
I ran that wire to the ground.
What
Oh no,
do you-
that one's to the tail lights.
Right, so it's the power.
Mm-hmm. The power.
Where's it getting its ground from?
It doesn't have one. Yeah. Let me make
What about the tail lights?
Now the tail lights, I mean, they had a ground to it.
It goes to where? To the ground?
Yeah. The ground connection front in the junction box. But it still needs a ground to the trailer, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I mean.
What is this? This is the running lights?
Those are the running lights.
Okay, so take another one from here and just hook it up to here. See what it does.
Okay.
Just get a self-tapping screw in the wire and then just.
I don't reach it.
Just any wire. Just get. All right, so you got a wire right there to the frame. Again, this is for testing purposes only. Hang on, let me get out of the way. Try it. Just touch it to the ground. I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Hang on. Here, you hold the camera. Well, actually, just leave it there. Just leave it hooked up.
Nothing? That's not right. This side, see, now this side's not coming on.
Well, then.
But that side's coming on, but all the lights on the side also?
Well, that one's coming on.
Side door?
That one's not. Maybe it doesn't have a good ground.
Those? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's just a lack of ground. That's your problem. You know, you don't have a good ground. So you're gonna have to make sure everything's grounded. Like that light, it's just not getting a good ground.
What?
All right, let me double check. Manny.
Yeah.
If you look right here, yeah, it's grounding out. Whoever installed this light, I know it wasn't you. Okay, it was grounding out.
See, but look, on these it has this is supposed to be the ground, isn't it?
What?
Just in that screw.
Let me see.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe all the
Let's
others.
take all of them off.
Yeah,
because I mean, if it's
that one was hitting the metal.
If that one's grounding out, then that's why that would make sense. As
Shorting everything out. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta double check it. Alright, just remove them all for now. Let's work on one at a time. Well, tell us what the issue was.
Well, the issue was the junction box and the plug that we got from the manufacturer.
Well, we got it from Amazon.
Well, Amazon, yeah. Jeff Bezos, well, I don't know.
Jeff Bezos put it together.
I don't know. Maybe they used a different color chart, but the colors on the plug and the truck didn't match up.
Yeah, so what ended up happening is you used the color. You assumed that they were wired, that the plug was wired correctly.
Well,
correct?
I mean,
right. Is that what you assumed?
That's what I assumed, because why would you?
Well,
okay, yes.
well, there you go. So that was the first mistake.
Well, okay, the plug that we ordered from Amazon was wired differently than the color chart on the, well, from the truck, but like the correct colors supposedly.
Right. And you just assumed that it was right.
Well, we just assumed it was right. I mean, it was
so
brand
then you
new.
wired, yeah. So then you hook up. From there, you hook up the rest of the wires.
Yeah, we hooked up the rest of the wires to what supposedly was supposed to be correct.
Right.
Which we ended up finding out 4 hours later that it wasn't. So,
yeah.
We're gonna try and reconnect the wires, and hopefully after we reconnect the wires.
Well, I mean, now that you know which one's switched, it'll be easy.
Exactly. I mean, it's just matching colors.
Again, back to you had the ground somewhere else where it didn't belong.
Yeah, that should be fine.
All right, so yeah, just get it rewired. Still can't get it to work. It keeps shorting out. So now Manny's having to go back through all these fixtures or these lights that have already been installed by the previous installer.
Light came out by itself.
Well, that's the problem right there. See how the wire's coming through that hole?
Uh-huh.
That hole is for the ground. See, so this light has two prongs right here. One's power, one's ground. Okay? So right there, this is where the ground one goes. This is the ground. And they brought the power through it. you're supposed to bring the power down here. That's why it's shorting out.
Yeah.
You're bringing power and ground to the same hole. You can't do that. So, drill another hole. Fun, huh, Manny?
Lots of fun.
Yeah, once you fix that, you should not have any more issues.
Should. Keyword was should. It's a headache.
All right, so what have we done so far? So what you ended up doing, so the big issue that you had was this plug right here that we bought from Amazon. Was pre-wired, but the wires were not color-coded properly, correct?
Correct.
So once you you just assumed that they were right, and they weren't. Once you install the different plug in there, then everything started working, except for you kept blowing fuses on your running lights. Of course, that would be the reason, because it's grounding out right there. Brought in the power cable through the ground cable. So obviously, it was grounding out. Alright, I'm gonna get you some heat shrink too.
Running out. Alright.
There you go. Gets it out?
Almost.
Oh.
Just enough.
All right. Let's see if it'll work. All right, moment of truth. Go turn on the lights.
Come on.
No.
Are you serious?
Did you check all the other ones? If he did it on one, he probably did it on more than one. Yeah, this one's grounding out right here.
Yeah, it turns on that whenever you do that.
Yeah, it's grounding out right
Let me
here.
get the drill.
Yeah.
Is that going out? I'll get the drill.
Unplug it. The wire is touching the siding, the metal siding, so it's shorting out. Why you mad, bro?
I'm not.
All right, so just drill a bigger hole, right? That's what you're gonna. All right, so he made the hole bigger and added heat shrink tubing to the wire, so it shouldn't short out anymore. All right, try that one. All right, try it again. Yay! It's working, Manny.
Finally. This one's not.
That was not. Well, it's because it's wired the same way.
Yeah.
It's coming through that hole again. Let me see.
But I mean, it's not touching it, so I mean, it
Well, I know it's not touching it, but the wire's coming through the same hole. This has been fun, huh?
No. Had everything wired up this morning. I was like, oh, all right, you know, we're making good time. It's gonna work out. And then it hit.
The brakes are working. We just need to add license plate and license plate light, and what else? That's it.
That's it.
It's just so many issues that this thing had. The problem is this is all new wiring, but whatever. Man, he's about had it with this project already. We'll see you next time. We are Texas Barndominiums.